Yesterday, we had the best day at Disneyland with our family of 5. Even though we go to Disneyland often, yesterday was special for a lot of different reasons. Our day started off on Main Street with some character meet and greets, including Goofy, who had a hard time believing that the boys were not twins. Then it was time to line up for the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade because Bailey was so excited to finally see Duffy at Disneyland for the first time. And she was so excited when Duffy rode by twice to wave at her. Then the kids all agreed on popcorn for their first snack, and we went towards the Pixar Pals Playtime Party. We spent over an hour in this area dancing and meeting Pixar characters. The kids even got to meet some characters that they had never met before, like Luca, Alberto, and Russell. We also got to meet Merida, Jessie, and Woody, and Bailey even got to play rock, paper, scissors with Jessie. Even though Jessie beat paper with scissors, Bailey still said this was one of the best parts of her day. And then, since it was Memorial Day, at 4:15 we went to Main Street where we watched a special flag retreat ceremony. I love that Disneyland does this special ceremony, and it was a great way to honor our past and present heroes. Once the ceremony was over, we asked our kids where they wanted to go next, and they picked Toontown. It may surprise you that at this point we had been at Disneyland for over 3 hours and so far had not gone on any rides, but our kids do go to Disney pretty often, and a lot of times rides are not the first thing that they ask to do. They are still in a phase where they love the Toontown playground and they love meeting characters, so that was a big part of the beginning of our day. Eventually, after playing for a little while in Toontown, they did ask to go on Runaway Railway, and that was the perfect ride because it only had a 20-minute wait. And on our way out of the ride, we did let each of the kids pick something in the store, and they each picked a new 70th anniversary plushie. At this point, it was a little before 6 p.m. and everyone was getting hungry, so we went to Troubadour Tavern so I could try the new WED potato and this tiramisu cold brew, and the kids asked to try this new sparkling lemonade. Once we had all had something to eat or drink, we hung out for a little bit at the tables by Troubadour Tavern because the kids wanted to search for the characters in these new kid-friendly maps. And after they were all done with their searches, it was time for us to split up for a little bit. One of the most important things that we wanted to do yesterday was watch Paint the Night as a family, but to do this, we needed to split up for a little bit while I grabbed a parade spot and Rob took the kids to ride Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean. Eventually, everyone did get back together so that we could sit and watch Paint the Night. None of my kids remember when Paint the Night was at Disneyland before, and they were all super excited to finally see this parade in person. And I personally got a little bit emotional watching the kids watch this parade because they loved it so much, and it's one of those things that I know I'm always going to remember doing with them. I am not someone who usually gets emotional when it comes to things like Disney parades or shows, but I did cry a little bit watching my kids, and I really enjoyed seeing them take in this magic. After Paint the Night was finished, we followed the parade towards Main Street and ended up also getting an incredible spot to watch Wondrous Journeys. Our kids do love this fireworks show, but they have all seen it before. So even though fireworks was a great way to end our day at Disneyland, it wasn't quite as special as watching Paint the Night.